Let's throw down in Old Town with K-Ram.
Welcome all. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports. We've got some NBA action coming up for you. Welcome, everyone. Courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Barry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie Now here's Brunson. The offensive rebound.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
Pass to Dunn. Here's Zubats. And some solid defense from Towns.
For him, it's harder to miss that shot than it is to make that shot. I think he was anticipating a bit of a bump there.
Inside. It's rebounded by Zubats. And so it's Harden with it. He brings it up for the Clippers. Well, Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Now Los Angeles with it. Leonard outside. Pass to Harden. Now here's Leonard. There's the three. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, that's not a shot he's ever going to pass up, and he shouldn't. Despite the miss, no defender anywhere near him. He's got to shoot that one.
Now here's Brunson. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
And mixing it up down low, Brunson, not the tallest guy on the floor, but he can finish around the basket.
Three-pointer, Harden. Here's Zubats. Lays it up and banks it in.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Now here's Brunson. Throws it up high. Out to Bridges. Just 4 to shoot. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. And there's a 3-second violation.
Substitution on the court.
And here are the Clippers now. Pass to Bogdanovich. Here's Powell. From deep three-point range. Drains the triple.
Powell wasting no time to let that one rip.
And Brunson, here we go. And so far in this one, 2 for 4.
And defensively, you have to make them work harder than this, or it's going to be a long night.
With Brunson being undersized, he has such a great feel for how to create space, Brent.
Incredible footwork, B.A., the way he puts the needle on the record and just scratches it and pivots around and makes defenders jump and move. Amazing manipulation skills at the point guard position for a guy his size to get it done in the painted area.
A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
Well, the Clippers' talent level is unquestionable, but they can run hot and cold at times. Coach Ty Lue said taking care of the basketball, transition defense, offensive rebounds, and spacing. Those are the 4 things we have to consistently be good at every single night. Brian?
Yeah, he knows what he's talking about, Allie.
Bogdanovich has such a nice, repeatable motion on his perimeter game. Beautiful 3-ball there.
Los Angeles leading by 5. Outside Harden. Shots blocked. Brunson with it. Picked up by Powell. To the inside. Here's Towns. And it's Towns with the power. Finish.
Yes, strong flush from Towns. I like whenever he plays with an edge inside.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He wants to review the game plan. A minute 9 left in the first. Down low. A nice shot by Zubats.
Just too determined. Zubats finishing strong.
Knicks trail by 5. Here's Payne. Pass to McBride. The rebound by Simmons. Now Los Angeles with it. Blocked. And there's the foul. It'll go on Miles McBride. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
And just wasn't able to set up in time.
50 seconds left to play in the first. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Personal foul.
It's so interesting, Grant. Younger fans may not realize the Clippers had a lot of rough seasons early on.
Well, you know, B.A., that's one way to put it. You know, in their first 27 years in L.A., they only made the playoffs 4 times. But things have definitely changed. Owners have changed. And now they're postseason regulars in the league.
Now here's Brunson. 6 points for him. That one falls.
What a good burst from Brunson just to get by the initial defense.
And stolen by Brunson. And he lobs it up top. And the ball out of play. The Clippers will have it.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Now here's Simmons. To the paint. Bogdanovich, no good. And here's Brunson. It'll count. And that concludes the first quarter of play. The Clippers on top. They're up by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Clippers.
Yeah, their early focus on outside scoring has paid off. They're finding plenty of points from three-point land.
Now here's Jones. No points yet. Achua with the rebound. Here's Bridges. And that's good. His first bucket of the game. All right, Grant, which U.S.-born player do you think has the best chance to supplant LeBron as the face of the league?
Oh, man, you're putting me on the spot, B.A. Well, the conversation has to be between Jason Tatum, Ja Morant, and Anthony Edwards. They're the best young talent that the U.S. has to offer, and they're only getting better.
McBride. And he banks in the layup.
And despite the height disadvantage, oh my, he just attacks that interior.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
And there it is for him.
The paint is where Simmons excels at finding points. He knows how to own the inside.
Pass to Robinson. Back to Payne. And that's good. His first bucket of the game.
That's nice vision there. You see that pass, you make the feed before the defense has a chance to react, and that opens up a much better opportunity to score.
Bogdanovich, no good. New York trailing. Robinson's defense is always a factor, Brent, and lately he's done a better job of staying on the floor.
Yeah, B.A., fouls have been an issue for Robinson, but the thing that he really needs to learn is it's not about blocking shots, it's about being in great position with your body and being more of a deterrent so he can stay on the floor to be more impactful.
Outside Simmons. And he makes it on the layup. Simmons has gotten 4 this quarter.
You know Simmons can get physical when he has to, going right through the contact.
They get it again. Outside Achua. Here's Payne. It's rebounded by Zubac. And Simmons has got the ball here for Los Angeles. They lead by 4. Pass to Zubac. Now Jones. Shot from the low post is good. Jones has got his first bucket in this one.
He's a producer. It's part of their plan to get him as many touches as possible.
Payne with the bucket.
Timeout, timeout.
Throwing off his defender to get to the shot, Campaign with a nimble move.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. The Clippers lead by 4. And Brent, this Knicks team, they've taken on the identity of their head coach.
Well, B.A., isn't it interesting? Tom Thibodeau, lots of scuttlebutt about him as the coach. And then they brought in players that kind of fit the coach. They play hard. They play defense first. They play a ton of minutes. But this team is gritty, and they don't give up. No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
We know Kawhi Leonard is a former Finals MVP. Jimmy Butler said, there are guys that are like, quote, I'm going to find the best way to win. In a 7-game series, I'm going to get the best of you in the end. Kawhi's definitely up there. Whatever he's got to do, he is going to find a way. And Brian, Butler would know a thing or two about that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, you know that. No question about his abilities. Got it. And it's a 9-point Clipper lead.
The wingspan of Kawhi is a bit sneaky, longer than you think. Makes him effective down low.
The defense really fell apart there. You can't afford to leave him all alone at the arc.
Stolen by Payne. Brunson, a good look. It's rebounded by Los Angeles. Now Harden. Still no points. Leonard outside. No good on the 3.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
Here's Hart. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson. And now just a 4-point Clipper lead.
Can't let someone like Hart get inside the D just asking to get burned.
Knocked loose. Stolen by Payne. Outside Hart. Left side Brunson. Fades. Here's Towns. He shoots. And it's New York scoring again.
That's been the story of their offense so far. getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
Here's Harden. Just 3 on the clock. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. It's Los Angeles leading by just 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard. The Clippers in the lead. A deep 3. Hart pulls it in.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Jalen Brunson.
And down it goes. 2 points.
And Brunson capable here of having these binges scoring the basketball.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
What a dunk from Hart, showing off his athleticism there.
Dunn outside. Back to Harden. Knocks down the triple. Harden's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game.
I'm not sure who is supposed to be guarding him. Ridiculous lapse there defensively.
To the middle. Here's Zubats. And it's slammed in by Zubats.
Love to see Zubats attacking the rim, staying involved offensively.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him with the score this tight. You cannot take a chance here. He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
And Ty Lue has called a timeout, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. Los Angeles with it. Outside Harden. Takes it inside. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
Personal foul.
And what you like about James Harden, he can play with any set of teammates, Brett.
Well, we're seeing this transition, B.A., right, from Harden being this elite offensive system by himself to now being a better teammate, a guy who can facilitate and set guys up to make better offensive plays. So not shouldering the entire load anymore. He's been very flexible over the past couple seasons.
Third quarter of play with just over 1.5 minutes gone by. Brunson with it. Dunn in his pocket. Yes, it's good. Brunson's gotten 4 this quarter.
And that's where Brunson gets a lot of his baskets. He just thrives in the mid-range.
Here's Harden. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Towns. It's Bridges on the wing. Knocks it down from distance. And it's a 5-point New York lead.
That's Bridges' shot right there, the corner 3.
Pass to Powell. Zubats with it. Over Towns. And he can't bank that one in.
And I don't understand. Why is he going to the fadeaway? Just go straight up with it.
Here's Brunson. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be on Ivica Zubats.
Well, the lefty listed at 6'1", Jalen Brunson. It's a bit of a different matchup. He's just so physical, and he can play on and off the ball. Dare I call it funky?
And Ty Lue has called a timeout. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Harden. To halt the run. And the layup is up and in. Harden's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Even if he's not a big man, Harden can score inside with the best of them.
Ooh, lots of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws will follow that whistle. New York shooting their 4th and 5th attempts at the free throw line tonight. He's off on the first. Well, Brent, this is the 8th season for Bogdanovich. He's as steady as a metronome, man.
You know, the thing, B.A., I don't think guys appreciate him as much as they should in that off-guard position. He is gritty and competitive. He can shoot the ball. He's willing to take big shots. And I love the pace and competitiveness he plays with.
Here's Brunson. Following the score by Los Angeles. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Not a secret that Brunson can turn it on offensively, so the defense can't give him that much cushion.
Both free throws good from Brunson. Clippers trail by 6. Pass to Powell. Unloads. And it's rebounded by Karl Anthony Towns. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for New York. For 3. New York again can't hit.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
Here's Zubats. Powell outside. Clock at 6. Leonard outside. From the arc. The Knicks with the rebound. Outside Brunson. Nice move. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. It's going to be on Ivica Zubats.
Brunson using that tremendous footwork to keep the defense guessing.
And he's good on the second. 52 seconds left in the third. Outside Jones. Back to Harden. This one for 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Harden's got 10 points.
Yeah, so much of Harden's work happens at the top of the key, but he can also work you over from the corners.
Here's Brunson. Pass to Robinson. Outside Brunson. Shot clock at 6. Sneaking inside. It's Brunson.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
Clippers trail by 6. Outside Harden. There's the triple. Brunson with it. 23 points in the game. Pass to McBride. Here's Robinson. And so it's New York, finishing the quarter with an 8-point lead. And they've effectively guarded Kawhi Leonard all night. Not an easy task by any means. Back after this. With 3 quarters behind us. Knicks leading by 8. Now here's Payne. Screen by Robinson. And he drops it in from the low post.
This is what Robinson does. Puts it in when he's around the 10.
Here's Simmons. And it's Simmons with the jam.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Inside. Back to McBride. Down low. Here's Payne. Towns down low. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Robinson. A few possessions into the fourth. Just over a minute played. Leonard outside. The three is up. It's good. And a beautiful setup from Simmons that time.
Great shooter off that quick release. Kawhi expecting the pass and did the rest.
Here's Towns. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Well, recognizing the size mismatch and then turns it into an easy basket there. They've got to do a better job with defensive help.
Leonard outside. To the inside. Done. Count the basket.
Oh, what great action we've seen tonight. Hard to imagine a more entertaining game.
No, this is about as high octane a game as you're going to find.
Back to Payne. Nice move. Oh, he got him with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. Clippers trail by 5. Pass to Leonard. Dunn outside. Drives to the hoop. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Personal foul.
It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson.
Heady play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
So both teams making some changes here. And he makes both free throws. And so it's Brunson who brings up the ball for New York. They've led by as much as 10. And he lobs it up. Zubac with the steal. That's tipped. And out of bounds. The Knicks will take it. Outside Brunson. Brunson driving. Harden with the defensive effort. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Dunn. Pass to Harden. Back to Dunn. 6 to shoot. Now here's Powell. To tie it up. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Brunson. Pass to Anunoby. Here's Towns. New York again can't hit.
Not a bad shot from the mid-range. The D's giving it to him. He's usually got an eye in that kind of range.
Outside for Harden. It counts! And the foul! It's going to be on Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh, can you say important bucket by Harden? James always wants the ball in these moments. Love it.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And he's the one person that the coaching staff and the teammates love to see at the line in a tight ball game. You can pretty much bank on these.
To the paint. They get back on track. They get it back. And the basket by Towns.
All-out effort from...
Outside Harden. Only 3 seconds left to play in the fourth.
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
New York with the ball. Outside Anunoby. "19 seconds left in the game. Here's Brunson. Cash.
They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
Oh, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
Time called here. Los Angeles decides to talk it over. They're behind by 4. Given the situation here, what sort of strategy needs to be top of mind?
No doubt. They've got to get a quick bucket here.
It's funny, at this point in the game, the coach is asking the team to be perfect. They haven't been to this point.
And so the big win by New York in a tight game. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. We've got the Milwaukee Bucks facing the Indiana Pacers. I'm Brian Anderson at the table with Grant Hill and Brent Barry. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Antetokounmpo outside. And Antetokounmpo with the stuff.
And that stride that you see from Giannis is just so effective out there getting around defenders.
Well, Brent, although he hasn't won an MVP since 2020, Giannis has been a finalist every season.
Well, B.A., I just wonder if the voter fatigue is something that Giannis is tired of. Forget the voters. Maybe he just wants to focus on getting back to that level. Obviously, in the past couple seasons, you could say that he might have deserved one more, but this is one of the best two-way players in the league, and he's not going anywhere.
Now here's Lillard. Lopez. Ooh, excellent D there from Turner. And we're about a minute into the first. Pass to Nesmith. Nembhard outside. Lets a three fly. Here's Prince. Good. And it's Lillard who picks up the assist.
Wow, Prince has a little daylight, and that shot looked true.
Here's Turner. Rebounded by Kuzma.
I don't think the defense does enough out there to bother him. I think that one's all on him. Just a flat-out miss.
And so it's Siakam with it. He brings it up for the Pacers. It's a 5-point game. Here's Halliburton. Rejected by Antetokounmpo.
Giannis able to get stops from anywhere on the court.
Over to the wing. Shoots from the baseline. Takes a three. And again, it's Milwaukee from deep.
And that's what they want to do. Get him open looks early.
Halliburton goes. Outside Neesmith. On the wing, Nembhard. Shot to stop the run. Another miss. He's 0 for 2 now. Well, there's no question. Pascal Siakam has raised the ceiling of this Pacers team.
Yeah, absolutely. He complements Halliburton's up-tempo style very well. And defensively, he shores things up with his ability to guard 1 through 5.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days. Dominate the competition on another level.
The Bucks leading by 9. For 3, here's Lillard. Drains the triple. Lillard's got 6 points.
They've shown so much energy right from the start, particularly on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. You know who that was.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Brian, Tyrese Halliburton, an all-star starter last season, is not done yet. He said, quote, I want to be a champion, a Hall of Famer, and one of the greats. I want the next generation to talk about my ability as a basketball player. That's definitely the goal, and I don't ever set limits. Brian?
Allie just scratching the surface. Thank you. Good stuff there.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
Who was stolen by Lillard. And here we go again. The Bucks on the break. Antetokounmpo, right side. Uses the glass on the layup. He's got 5.
And look at Giannis using his length inside, allowing him to beat the contact and get the finish.
Lillard outside. Pass to Prince. Now Antetokounmpo. And Giannis with the jam.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Lillard can't get it to go. Left side Mathurin. Over Lillard.
Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. We'll see the New York Knicks and the Los Angeles Clippers. Now, here is Harden, Zubac, and Ewing with the block. to the middle. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. It's on Kawhi Leonard. The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game. No good on that one.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
Dunn kicks it out to Harden. No good from outside.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And he gets the bucket.
And how about Sprewell mixing it up inside, getting to a high percentage look there.
Pass to Zubac. Lets it go. And Leonard gets it to go.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
Now, here's Johnson. Down low. Here's Ewing. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
And how about the muscle inside from Ewing? Easily getting to wherever he wants to on that low block.
Here's Zubac.
That is ferocious.
You said it. That was ferocious. Some nice passing by New York here. Count that one.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Zubac, that's good.
So strong, so tough. He beats the Zubac, absorbs the contact, and goes right through it.
Now the Clippers moving it up. Dunn, wide open, he fires. A miss that time, would have put him up. Ewing right side. And Ewing slams it in.
A signature slam from the big fella. We've seen a few of those before.
Harden surveying the D. 2 points. That one goes.
I tell you, James Harden's a ability to power through contact and finish with bodies around him is something else.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. And New York making a change here. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. The screen from Ewing. Here's Houston. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. And it's Leonard with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. A three ball. It's hauled in by Thomas.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
And Ewing slams it in.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Pass to Powell. Back to Harden. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it. He can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
And New York making a change here. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
An efficient night from the line. This is a guy who puts in the work and it pays dividends.
Here's Thomas. A second chance effort. And another shot. Puts the move on. And it's good on the way in.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great
see the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Los Angeles Clippers. You're in for a treat as we bring you NBA basketball on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And it's going to be Los Angeles off the tip. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time. And what a matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, put all that size to good use. Rip it off the backboard.
Pass to Zubac. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Back to Harden. Dort grabs the miss.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And Gilgeous-Alexander throws it down.
Boy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander just slicing his way inside. No doubt on the finish.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out. Well, let's remember that at 6'6", Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can more than handle himself near the cup.
Pass to Dunn. Here's Harden. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. David Aldridge had a chance to catch up with head coach Tyronn Lue. Dave, what do you have to say?
We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
Thanks so much, David. Harden's shot is off.
And even without that three ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
Now, into the lineup for your Clippers, number 10, Bogdan.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. One guy who now seems to be a perennial MVP candidate, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Doris. He is rocketing up the charts.
He is, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. He can consistently put 30 on you like it's absolutely nothing. He gives you everything else as well, including incredible leadership and great teammate skills.
Harden. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
Well, this is where James Harden's three-level scoring comes into play. You want to take away the rim and the three? No problem. He goes right to the mid-range.
And that one's good. Gilgeous-Alexander.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
They know that if this guy goes off, their chances of winning rise exponentially.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Following the miss shot by Bogdanovic.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. .122 left here in the first quarter. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
Great contest by the defender. If that's a dunk, you've got to put down in his face.
Pass to Zubac. That ball. Nice feed that time from Bogdanovich.
Yeah, that's Zubac just carving out space with that big frame.
Gilgeous-Alexander deciding where to go with it. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
You know, could have gone to the rack for the throwdown, but opts for the soft, smooth finger roll. I love it.
Harden with it. He's picked up by Holmgren. Talk about confidence. Greg, what do you think about Harden's quote from a couple years ago when he said, "I'm not a system player. I am the system."
Kevin, I laughed when I heard it because most guys couldn't say that. But Harden absolutely can. He's an elite scorer turned elite passer. Your offense has to orbit around him when he's on the floor.
And he makes the first but misses the second.
James Harden brings tremendous versatility. He can score it, he can distribute. Whatever you need from him offensively, he can provide it.
Here's Coffey. Caruso grabs the miss. The Thunder leading by 4. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. And the shot goes in.
Well, you just get to your spot and rise and fire. The confident pull-up from Mr. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Pass to Jones. Zubac in the post. Kept alive. Tries it again. He can't get that one. Oh, he got it to go!
Oh, how about that?
Whoa, that's some range right there, guys. The prayer is answered.
16.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, guys, has been... And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Thunder, guys.
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
Man, why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
And it's going to be out of bounds. The Clippers will retain possession. Here's Zubac. Outside, Jones. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Here's Coffey. Off on the layup.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
Pass to Wiggins. Back to Wallace. Over Bogdanovich. Cans it from downtown. Caruso's got 5 points in the quarter.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Back to Simmons. With the drive. And Simmons slams it in.
Well, Simmons has got length. He's got great athleticism. And boy, oh boy, how about the ability to get to the cup?
Doris, recently the Clippers relocated their G League team, bringing basketball back to the city of San Diego.
Kevin, I absolutely love this because San Diego gets its first NBA representation since 1984. And yes, it's great for the city itself, but it's also a smart move by the NBA. You are tapping into an untouched market.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Let's see if that serves as a momentum builder. What a great sequence for this group.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Clippers are intent on winning big. Coach Tyronn Lue said half of it is great talent, and I think half of it is execution. When you get to the playoffs, it's a whole different animal. We got to be 100% execution with our talent. That makes for a dangerous team. Kevin?
Very dangerous. All right, David. Now here's Simmons. And it's Bogdanovich in the corner. Takes the three. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Bogdanovich has got himself on the board with 3 there.
Oh, he is so good from deep. Bogdan is even better shooting out of the corner.
Substitution on the court.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Clippers trail by 11. And here's the fast break. Dunn leading the way.
Well, just nice to see the time spent in the gym by Chris Dunn coming to fruition on that jumper.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Doris, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has a chance to go down as one of the greatest Canadian basketball players ever.
Kevin, that is a bold statement when you consider that the great Steve Nash, 2-time MVP, and one of the best passers in the history of the game, is of Canadian descent. But this guy, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is putting together quite the resume. Let's just hope he can sustain that stardom.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Harden missing his last shot. Pass to Holmgren. Leonard with the steal. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles.
Leonard's huge hands and quick instincts help him grab a ton of steal.
Oklahoma City leading by 7. Gilgeous-Alexander. And he can't jam it through. Dunn misses. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Let's remember, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 6'6", so getting on the interior is not a problem.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams, Doris, has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and, frankly, borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame, and he fits in personality-wise.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. James Harden picking up that last basket. Elbow shot. And the basket by Gilgeous-Alexander. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 17. Pass to Zubac. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. On the wing, Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses off the left iron.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Powell, no one around him. From outside, off the mark. And so that's the end of the first half. Thunder lead by 8. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
Thunder 29.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Now here's Harden. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Boy, we're seeing it more and more. Guys looking to create additional space by stepping back further from the line.
And so Harden will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Trailing here by 8. To the wing on the left. Here's Leonard. Aggressive move inside from Kawhi. So, Doris, here's a question for you. Should the NBA widen the court? Because the corner three now is such a staple in these offenses.
That's exactly right. One of the most coveted, Kevin, because the proximity of the shot is so desirable. Here's what we know unequivocally. There's no way they're going to widen the court because it would take out some of the money-making courtside seats. That's not happening. Oh, boy, you love to see that kind of burst from Kawhi Leonard. What a finish.
And Gilgeous-Alexander, here we go. Clippers trail by 4. Pass to Leonard. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Poked loose. To the middle. Here's Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
Yeah, if you allow Zubac positioning near the cup, look out. This is what you can expect.
Doris, with what he's done in the NBA, Kawhi Leonard seems to be a lock for the Hall of Fame.
I agree, Kevin, and the reason is he's got a couple of championships under his belt. More importantly, he's got individual awards, All-NBA, Defensive Player of the Year, and he's been able in the most leveraged moments of a season to be the focal point for his team, and that's a big driver of Hall of Fame status.
And we're just about 2 minutes into the second half now. Harden way outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. At one point, they led by 16. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thanks very much. James Harden is still a factor at age 35. He says, I'm more than a scorer, so for me, it's just impacting the game at the highest level. Kevin, he's led the league in scoring 3 times, but has also led the league in assists. So, it's pretty much true. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Oh, don't forget, he rebounds as well as any guard right now in the NBA.
Kawhi is known as a low-key guy, but don't let that fool you. He's as competitively tough as they come.
Here's Harden. That shot off the mark. Good D by Williams. The Thunder leading by 4. And easy 2 points on the layup. Caruso's got 9.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grind-it-out game.
It's Powell on the wing. Here's Harden. Second chance shot. And Zubac puts it in. Zubac has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, Zubac knows his job, and that's to do the dirty work. Get into the offensive glass.
And so Oklahoma City again turning it over. Recently, Doris, the Clippers have had their most successful stretch in franchise history.
Well, think about it, Kevin. They've only missed the playoffs twice, going all the way back to 2012. They made their first conference finals in team history back in 2021. Not bad for a franchise that had one of the worst win-loss records in league history.
Here's Caruso. Outside Williams. Dives for it. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Harden.
Active hands from him as he's able to deflect that pass out of bounds.
Well, that's what you call a game of inches. They talk about it in football. We see it right there.
And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
Yeah, and give him credit for taking advantage. In a close game, those are the types of plays that can swing things in your direction.
First personal foul. First team. Coming onto the floor for the Thunder, number 6, Jalen Williams.
50 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Caruso. The Thunder shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here.
Second team foul. Shooting for Oklahoma City, Williams.
That one is off. No luck that time either. Greg, looking back to last season, the Clippers had one red-hot stretch.
That's right. They went on a 26-5 run between December and February. It finally showed how dangerous that team could be when healthy.
Outside, Jones. Shot clock at 5. Simmons. Oh, and the jam by Ben Simmons.
Goodness, Ben Simmons, unreal.
Here's Caruso. Comes up empty down low. Now here's Simmons. Here's Zubac. Into the lane.
And you talk about fighting your way back into a game. They've shown a lot of grit in this comeback.
Yeah, to start off with so many mistakes and still now find a way where everything's working, it allows their momentum and confidence to continue to build.
Kawhi Leonard has been on. And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. And here's Simmons. He'll bring it up for the Clippers. It's a one-point game. Here he goes. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one on Holmgren.
Well, the length of Ben Simmons, right, allows him to drive into the teeth of the defense, picks up the foul.
That one is no good.
Well, they should be looking at a 3-point lead, hopefully for them. That miss won't cost them.
It's very long, and SGA so effective around the hoop because of that length.
Down low. People like to debate, and Greg, I don't know if this is you, what's better, Kawhi's defense or his offense?
Well, Kevin, I'll say this. Even if he was a subpar defender, his offense alone would have him among the league's top players. But his defense isn't subpar. At its best, it's elite.
It's Gilgeous-Alexander with the drive.
Such a smoothness and ease to the way Shai Gilgeous-Alexander plays. What a pretty drive. Makes it look easy.
And Leonard has it in the corner. And here is Simmons. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from 14. No good from Simmons. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Hartenstein. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can score it, so you have to respect it. That sets up his passing game. What a pretty delivery.
Jones with defended by Holmgren. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. And there's the whistle. That goes on Chris Dunn. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. And the Clippers making a switch here. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They get it back. 50 that time from Leonard. The Clippers trail. And then Simmons slams it in.
This close to the rim, Ben Simmons just leaves no doubt.
And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. Buries it from 3-point range. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 24 points. Outside Leonard. Back to Simmons. Dunn looking over the floor. 5 on the clock. Leonard on the wing. And he slams it down right on top of Chet Holmgren.
Well, Kawhi Leonard might be quiet off the court, but on the court he makes a lot of noise.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The offensive rebound. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, GA, he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
And the Clippers making a change here. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Well, guys, over the break, I was able to listen to Tyronn Lue's huddle. Now, they preached the little things in the huddle. They asked their team to battle on those 50-50 balls. One extra possession could be all the difference. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. Clippers trailed by 3. To the paint. Here's Zubac. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. At one point, they led by 16. Pass to Hartenstein. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Zubac defending. Williams can't get it to go.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
It's been a nice stretch for them offensively.
I mean, the communication's great. The movement's been really good. This is solid team basketball.
Showing no hesitation and in a huge moment. Kawhi wants the ball when they need a bucket.
There's 1:17 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Harden with the defensive effort. This possession gives them a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, they don't want to let this one slip away.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Here's Dort. It's hauled in by Dunn. And it's Harden with the ball for the Clippers. They trail by 1. Dunn outside. A miss that time would have put him up.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein. And 2 shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. And the second of 2 is good. That will put them up by 2. We've got 28 seconds left in the game.
Can't afford any wasted possessions down the stretch.
I'll tell you, they...
Oh!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment. Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, by virtue of skill and temperament, so ready to deliver in these moments.
12 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Screen by Leonard. Oh, wow, a huge basket to tie the game.
I tell you, he's making everything he looks at tonight. He should be their #1 option on every possession.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout. And he knows there's no room for mistakes and wants everyone on the same page.
Coming onto the floor for the Thunder, Williams.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It's good!
And he wins it at the buzzer.
Oh, an astonishing way to end this game. Some serious last-second heroics.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. They break the hearts of every fan in the building with a dramatic late victory.